Hello and welcome. Today is day 2 of the lower bracket of the group stages in Battle in the Stars. Today I am casting with my new casting duo, Dave. Dave, what do you think about this matchup?
So I am somewhat familiar with Plinx Academy, and they are doing exactly what I expect them to, running the chamber as their sentinel, which I think is interesting. I'm actually shocked to see another chamber maybe being queued up on the other side. Oh, they trolled me. But I think it's going to be closer than the ranks would actually show. Plinx Academy has 2 stand-ins, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm excited to see how this all goes out.
Yeah, I mean, Bandit, obviously a newer player for them, a sub, maybe a prospect going forward. And then Crab, he actually originally started on their main roster and then due to scheduling conflicts had to drop down, but should still be able to keep up with them. And then on the side of Team Electron here, they actually have their 4 starters and then they have their manager playing today.
Interesting. How do you feel about Breach KO? I have not seen a lot of Breach KO, as that's a lot of flashes. Oh my goodness.
So I don't know if we're talking about Split or Sunset here, but
Yeah.
I think Sunset, it might be a nice comp. On Split, I'm not sure. I think Breach found a good amount of value with the Teho, but with the Teho nerfs coming in, I don't think he's going to stay in the meta.
I will say I kind of secretly like the Astra. I think especially in levels that aren't tier 1, it's a lot easier to chain those smokes in mid and get value out of smokes all around the map, especially if you're anchoring B with the Astra. I'm going to be curious how they run this defensively, because they're a little information starved with the KO Breach, but they have a lot of just aggressive info, but not passive info with this comp.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Astra does really good in those like fast-paced double duelist comps, like the Yoru Rays that we see out of like Team Liquid, stuff like that. I think she can really help control the map more, but in a take like this where they already have that util to get forward, it might not be needed.
So looks like we're having the bomb start towards A, 2 towards B. PLX is trying to get some early info with the dog on A. Can they hide from it? Looks like they shot the dog. It looks like we have kind of a default towards mid with the Breach holding B, 2 towards A. I don't know if we're going to work into an A split here, but this is interesting because, all right, they've shown presence mid as the Breach slowly kind of peaks B. But if you look at how PLX is set up, they only really have the Omen soft spotting, so that Breach could maybe get some value if he spots and stuns him out.
Yeah, Wild Ray will find the damage onto Soyor and tag down mid. Now, in this, going back to that 2-1-2, they've made space up ramps already, and Mikey trying to initiate Michael into that space, and
Wow,
they're gonna take it.
They've taken a lot of space. Spectral, unknowing. Oh, still gets the kill.
Gets 2. Wow, and what a play from Spectral. Crab gonna fall to Spiff. They're out B, just dropping like flies. Low health from both members here.
Oh, is the Cypher getting a timing here, though?
30 seconds left.
Maybe Spectral.
Oh.
He finds it.
Yeah.
And look at this positioning from PLXA here. Just doing a good job containing the map. Spiff, 19 HP. Looks like he isn't going to be able to get it done.
We got a little high, low, and mid. They definitely know they have bomb. Yeah, this is... Yeah. I gotta say, though, there was almost kind of a breakdown in communication where that could have worked if Spectral didn't go big there, because I don't know if he was as aware of someone could be in vents there just by his movement, but good for him for getting that 3K and winning that round.
Absolutely, and you know, Bandit maybe has to think a little bit about playing towards Heaven to make sure that they can't pass through ramps up into Spectral, especially if they're playing this 2-2-1 setup with the 2B, 2 mid, solo A. And he is going to have to fight the 1v5 here, as Team Electron are rushing him.
And he has a Bulldog, so it looks like he's pretty well equipped. Looks like it's going to be a hard top ramp push with the KO flash. Here comes the flash with the Breach. They're taking sight.
Bandit, good for 1. Gets tagged low, though. He's able to go maps. Can he find another? He can! Bandit holding down the site. He's got the bomb for his team. Now Crab has to go big in Heaven. Gets 1, gets 2! 3 on the round for Krabs and seals it out. Now, that was
Absolutely huge. Great round by PLX. Spectral only had a ghost, so his death wasn't as huge. Kept the Bulldog, kept the Outlaw. Just flawless by them. Making sure to only have one go down. I'm curious. Oh, we need a pause.
Yeah. Got a tech pause coming in here, but what do you think the change has to be for Team Electron? Do you think they're just going too fast, not gathering enough map control? Is their default off, maybe?
Personally, I think their pistol round works if they're slightly more aware there. I think they got up ramp pretty much unchallenged. The Sky seems to be pretty passive once he falls back into sight, and they don't really have vision there. And, you know, PLX is so weighted towards mid, it looks like. They have 2 on A, 2 towards mid, and 1 just spotting B. So I think a fast B take, especially with that chamber trip being in mid, is going to actually allow their B main take to be pretty solid, but it looks like PLX is getting very aggressive in B main from what I'm seeing. They got an Omen blind ready to go. Looks like we're going to probably take some space with the chamber and hold the line, and I'm curious if they're going to be accounting for that kind of aggression already, especially with the Outlaw.
Yeah, and Wildray with the Outlaw has that TP out. He is going to find a fight here, it looks like, sitting on that off angle. And I mean, just playing this like Ye would.
Guess they're holding blind for contact. Are they ready for it? Tags up the jet. Solid shot.
Now, smoke's going to come out. Now, we look towards mid. Spectral, does he know that he's going to get pushed up on by 2? He has the Bucky in hand. It's Mikey and Seorin that are trying to get him, and the rest of the team is just grouped in B main.
Oh, that was so incredibly ballsy by Spectral to just face check that. They're up mid, taking mid. As the KO and the Cypher scaling, looks like the Omen's taking fights. Omen gets one, traded out.
Teleport's ready.
Yeah, Seorin going huge in mid. Wildray forced to fall back to CT. Has that TP back up. Has to try and find a pick onto Michael here. But no, just going to sit back, wait for the retake. Bandit and Cresselia here coming through. The Judge and the Bulldog. This retake is possible.
I think it's absolutely possible. The Jet's on 10 health. We're dogging out, trying to get info. The dog clears close. They know there's at least one back site. Flashing.
There's one.
Oh.
Cresselia able to find a pick on the lurk. Seorin does go big though. Has 4 on the round. On for the ace. Cresselia has to pull out some heroics here. And can't pop. Gonna seal the round.
So I will say, pretty solid bonus there. 3 dead, 3 rifles down. It looks like, yeah, PLX is going to get a pretty solid buy, and it looks like we're going to... I'm curious what their buy is going to be. They got 3 rifles, 2 pistols. Okay, yeah, they're gonna buy into this round for sure. I'm curious if they're going to try and check A. Yeah, it looks like they're leaning a little bit more towards A with the Astra going mid. It looks like another split, kind of a 3-2 here. Let's see if the Viper gets aggressive and tries to get a pick here.
Blocking vision. Concealment.
And some spamming coming down mid.
Oh, what a shot by Zero Pop!
Troll.
I kind of saw Spectral get a little antsy in mid there, and he took a dry peek, and you get punished when there's 3 people there. We got to be a little more disciplined by BLX if we're going to be in rounds like that. The Chamber's holding mid. They're kind of playing a little dance with the Astra. We're taking top ramp. We have a lot of A space in heaven. The Sky is very isolated here. Let's see if they take sight. KO scaling onto site. Good kill by Bandit on site. Oh, the bomb is down on site though. Oh, that's hard.
Cresselia fighting towards this heaven extremity. Bandit is going to pop dog, not going to be able to get anything. Crab and Wildray coming through, but Michael able to find the spray onto one. Wildray with the trade.
Oh, look at the timing on the Astra though. The Astra has a timing.
Oh. Too late though, and Cresselia able to find a pick. Now, 2v3, 1v2.
Bandit alone on site. They know where he is.
30 seconds left.
Good shot by Spiff. Wow.
Yeah, and honestly, that round was a little bit of just not taking the right fights, I think.
I agree. I think there's a little bit of... I think PLX got a little frazzled there with the early first drop. It looked like they thought they were leaning towards B. You saw the Rays go to CT to try and help, and then they split towards A, and then he kind of isolated the Sky. The Sky did very well getting that kill with the bomb down on A. And then after that, the problem was is PLX kind of fought into heaven through that narrow choke, and they just did not need to there.
Yeah, and we're looking for another split here. And they've been playing Mikey on the KO here over with Soyoran on the Cypher. Just trying to grab that map control.
It looks like we got a save by PLX. We got a Bulldog, a Bucky, a Sheriff, kind of a very, very light buy. Looks like we're kind of doing a fact-finding mission here, and Cristella's trying to get some value up close with the Bucky, trying to bait him in a little.
Not quite able to find any damage on that classic spam there, but Wild Ray holding this mid extremity, and Mikey might want to take this.
I think they're it looks like the Cypher is trying to see if anyone's going to peek him ramp. We kind of have the Sky hiding hell. We're slowly walking at mid as we're scaling. Oh, good shot by Wild Ray there.
Has his TP still, can't find the other, but gets out.
Ooh, the Cypher sailing. Looks like we're gonna have a fight with the Viper. Good shot. All right, so the Cypher now has tons of space.
But Bandit.
Ooh, Bandit's making a play here. Will the Cypher expect Bandit to be bottom ramp?
No, but Spiff gonna take a fight, not able to find anything, and Soyoran is gonna pick off Bandit.
30
Now,
seconds left.
3v3, but much weaker
Cypher-
guns here.
PLX is very stacked towards B here. Does Cypher realize he has sight? Looks like he does. He's calling for the bomb. We have the Astra pushed up mid, knowing for that info. The Cypher has a deep trip holding heaven. I think they're aware. Oh, 13 seconds. They need to hurry up a little bit. They are going.
10
Are they going to
seconds
plant for
left.
heaven or safe plant? Planning for heaven. PLX is just holding, waiting for them to get overly. Scaling together through CT.
Yeah, and
What?
Pop, he has this Rolling Thunder for the retake if needed.
Would you use it?
I mean, if they lose the pick here on Soyoran, but no, Soyoran 4. Can he find the 5th for the ace? He can. Soyoran with an ace. He's gone big this game so far.
Somebody sign this guy. That's a 4 and a 5K already. 12 kills. Holy moly. Absolutely crazy plays by him, especially on a pretty defense-sided map, I would say, with these comps.
Yeah, and we talked about that Rolling Thunder a bit last round that they got from that bomb plant. Team Electron may be looking to use it here towards B. Looks like they are going to send the same default as last round. Honestly, I think they should maybe speed it up a bit.
We're also 2 off KO, 1 off Astra.
Yeah. Still no early fights coming out.
Oh, Chamber's looking for value again. Oh! TP's away.
Finds the damage onto Jet, though.
Look how aggressive they're playing in B main. 3 just trying to catch someone lacking. It feels like their attack side is we're going to have 3 people sit and hope you dry peek us, which is not a bad strat, actually, in my opinion. You just kind of hold long angles together as a squad and just hope for them to get a little bit antsy, because PLX has kind of shown they're willing to get a little bit antsy and hold angles with their bodies instead of with intel, which I think works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. It's very hit or miss.
And this Soyoran lurk coming out on A is going to be slow, and it's looked like he's done that every round. Will they be able to find that commonality in his play?
Oh!
But Michael able to find
Here comes the breach ult.
Got to obscure
Yeah,
vision.
Crab has to go huge backside. Finds
Gets one.
and they're low. It's a 2v3.
This is a super doable retake. 2 very low players, but the Sky is low as well. Sky has ult. Are they going to use it into the round is the question.
Bomb buddy out.
Cresselia gonna use that boombot. Bandit low in CT, 30 health, has to wait for Cresselia's contact. Cresselia gonna peek at 1, and now the last 2 members are both 1 HP. Rocket coming out, gonna dodge the flash, clearing backside, finds 1, can he find the second? No.
Player standing.
Bandit, all alone now. 1v1, 0 pop, 1 HP.
Wow, 0 pop. Balls of steel here.
Bandit!
Oh!
Defuse! Wow, and that's a big round from Bandit. 0 pop. He's getting close to that ult again, though. 5 out of 9.
A hard situation for 0 pop there. I mean, you're low health. You don't know if he's sticking or not. I wish he at least gave him a shoulder and just got some kind of intel. But solid retake from PLX there. Not using Sky ult. Just very, very understanding the situation, knowing 2 are low, and taking the fights. Cresselia went huge getting 2 there and ulting perfectly.
Absolutely. And now,
Crab has his flash out. I wonder, are they trying to get oh, they're getting aggressive in mid.
Cresselia gonna go in on the Astra Spiff. Gonna fall
punished.
behind him. Now Crab's do they know that Krabs is aggro too? And so you're just gonna smite him out of existence.
Good kill by Spectral there on site. KO's in a hell of a fight here.
No way. I don't believe it.
I can't believe that happened. Can they res the KO in time?
60 health? I don't know if it's even worth going for, Dave. Wilder has to be...
Can Wildray get some value here is the question. I think if he gets one...
Can't quite find 0, so you're in.
Last player standing.
Gonna find 1. Can he find the last? Yes, he can. Very low health. Bandit gonna fall. 3 on the round for him. And talk about top-heavy leaderboards. Look at Soyoran, 15 and 3. He's got a 5 KD right now. And the timeout from Plinx is gonna come out. Dave, what do you think they have to do to change here?
I got enough time to go into
I think they're getting a little too aggressive. I honestly think when I'm watching the attack side or team, it feels like they're kind of just waiting. I feel like there's been a couple rounds where they've either sat in B main or sat mid and just waiting for these dry peaks. And they're just punishing them. And I also think in A, they're getting up ramp pretty unpunished. And PLX seems to get very out of sorts when you take upper heaven on them. But I do think Bandit's been a solid anchor on A lobby and A site, and I think maybe if they played, PLX has shown a lot of aptitude in their retakes. And I think maybe if they played a little more retake heavy and didn't play as peaky, I think they'd be a lot more solid. What do you think?
I absolutely agree. I mean, I think 2 playing passive, they have the Viper ult here, you know, could do very well in mid, especially because Team Electron has been favoring going through mid, that heaven B split or ramps and vent split. I mean, I think they have to try and shut that down.
I also think, and it's obvious, I think it's going to happen this round. I think an op holding on A from screens, they are dry walking past that angle pretty consistently. I think an op holding down that long angle will be really, really successful if PLX can get an op online and punish some of these dry peaks and dry holds that the attackers are doing. Where are we gonna see this chamber op?
It's on A.
Oh, looks like he's holding on A. They read my mind. Or they got some info. Oh, ballsy beat by Wildray and gets out. Holy moly.
Krabs finds the 2 in B main. He's gonna call it to his team. And, you know, probably just a static hold here. But no, Bandit, Celia, fall back.
So I'm not. I wish PLX held that space in A lobby after they took it. I don't know why they fell back off of it, because now they're kind of info. Well, because they knew there was no one in A lobby, and now they're kind of focusing more towards mid, which is interesting. I hope Crisilla keeps his discipline here and holds this angle.
Spectral gets 1. Do they know about the one bottom mid?
remaining.
They do now. Spiff finds the pick, has to pull out some heroics here. 1v4.
Oh no!
Player standing.
He's on for the ace. Wild.
Are we witnessing greatness right now? That was crazy. I mean, I don't even think that was bad discipline. They swung together. He's just hitting his shots.
Wild.
Oh, but the question is, does Spiff know? Does he feel the op hard holding him here?
Yeah, but Wildray has to hit his shot.
Oh, big play.
Round. Wow. And that was so close to being so bad for Plinx Academy there.
That would have destroyed my mental if we would have lost a round like that. I'm not even going to lie. Good for Wildray, holding strong, holding that angle, having the awareness to understand that he would re-hit and not go to A.
And
what's the money looking like here? Oh, it's kind of a weak buy, but they're going into this round. This is a huge round for both teams eco-wise.
Michael
Bandit.
Get out of my way!
Don't get in my way.
Careful,
Bandit on a frenzy. And a little bit of miscoordination there.
Watch you find it!
We got Astral coming into A, Jets out. Good shot by Wildray on site.
That shot did not look like it was in. Bandit gets 1 with the frenzy.
And no armor frenzy. Bandit redefining the meta here. Oh, we have a 3v3 with breach ult. This could be hard.
Yeah, and not really any big ults from the side of Plinx Academy. Team Electron look very strong in this retake.
Do we think that Spectral can get a rifle? Are there any rifles that he can get, or is he going with the judge? Because that's going to be a huge moment. Oh, gets caught. Crab out into elbow. Both slowly walking into elbow. Crisilla very low as they're scaling into elbow. Both of them together. Do they run off the cam? They do. They swing. Elbow. One. Oh, Crab trades it out. We have Crab slowly working up elbow. Gets one signed.
3!
Oh!
He finds it! And Crabs with a big round gonna be able to salvage it for Plinx Academy.
Like
That's
I said,
fun.
I truly think Plinx Academy needs to start playing a little more retake heavy. They got the initial 2 that round and then just kind of fell apart. But I also think we were a little stingy with alts there. The breach could have easily alted, and I think that would have secured the round. That was a big eco round. The attackers working into this round, another kind of weak buy, but both of them are on pretty weak buys, honestly, when you look at their economies. I think this is a 2-round swing here. Whoever wins this round, they have to eco next round.
Now, Plinx Academy, I kind of want to see them to take more A space here, but the stack coming out towards B, will they play for this retake or will they go for the blind? Looks like they're going to fall back.
It looks like they're going to breach alt again. They breach alted on B last time they had it. It looks set up for a split. See if they catch them lacking, and then they're going to breach alt out. It would be my guess, but I'm not. It looks like PLX is starting to stack towards B, though. They have 4 on the B site and the op holding on A.
Yeah, Michael is not going to be insert towards B. They're just full stacking mid now. Maybe looking for the stun up heaven here, which could be disastrous for Spectral and Bandit.
It looks like they're trying to take a lot of mid space here. Oh, they're working back towards A. Did they smell that stack? Do they have an idea of what's happening?
Spectral taking an aggressive peek, but they're just going to be rotating. Spectral has to be careful here, or he might get picked out. Bandit in heaven. Wild Ray, he's going to hold the sight line. They have a good hold here.
The question is, do we think, is the breach going to invest the breach ult into this round? Is the big thing.
I mean, I would, for sure. Jet gonna dash heaven.
Good shot.
Wild Ray finds one. Bandit finds another onto sight. Now Wild Ray, he's gonna stay elbow, has that TP out, finds another. He's just going so hard with this, and Spectral finds the one in mid. Mikey, all up to him, finds one. 5 HP, has that regen coming up now though. Still gonna be one shot. And Crab steals the round.
I would like to see them invest that breach ult that round. I think if they invest breach ult into elbow, the chamber is completely isolated. They just have a lot easier time on site. I think they're holding on to that breach ult a little too long. See them use it this round, especially with what PLX is running, but they are ecoing the old Storch buy, the 3 stingers.
I mean, the Stinger, most broken gun in the game right now, outduels the Vandal at long ranges. Just, I mean, honestly, hats off to them. I'd still invest breach ult here.
I think they're going to. I think they wanted to last round, but they felt the stack and they kind of took it away. I think they're going to try and build KO ult here, get the orb. No, maybe? Yeah, there it is.
And now Crab has the smoke out. He's ready to paranoia if they come out on site. And him and Cresselia just holding this down.
Oh, he's ripping it.
Off your feet!
And here comes paranoia out. He's gonna grab 3. Crab able to get out.
Good molly by Spectral there. Absolutely zoning the entrance.
Yeah, KO.
And we're committing Sky Ult here. Wow.
Down B.
I mean, honestly, I don't think it's bad to get the lurk out. Have decent ult rotation for next round. Cresselia about to have ult. Now, fight's coming down. And Crab finds 2 there. Bandit finds the one in mid.
I have to say, Crab is a fill-in for PLX Academy, and he is coming huge this game. He went huge on the anti-eco. He went huge in that clutch situation. He went huge there. He is absolutely cleaning up on rounds they need, getting a ton of value.
Absolutely. I mean, it's unfortunate that he hasn't been able to continue with them on the main roster, but absolutely showing off as a sub here. Just great from him. Looking to see more in the second half.
So it looks like we're going to rip KO ults here, but the question is, are we doing it off rip or are we holding? Cresselia trying to get aggressive in B main. Peeks. Omen blind is to zone a little bit.
Yeah, they want to hit this. KO ult is going to come out, but the 3 stack from Spectral.
Jet dashes out.
Crab finds 2, the spray
Spike down,
transfer.
B.
Cresselia gets the other coming out of sight. And they're just going to try and kill this KO. Crab gets his much deserved kill. Now Spiff and Soyoran, all up to them. We've seen clutches, or near clutches from Spliff. And 2 great rounds from Soyoran. If anybody can do it on this Team Electron side, it is them.
I like the info ult.
Yeah, the bomb is just down. Can they even get it?
I have to say, I genuinely think that if they worked a little slower against this PLX roster, they would have a little bit more success on attack. I'm going to be curious how they play on defense and how, if they're going to hold these long angles they were holding as a squad, or if PLX is kind of going to walk into some of these stacks they like to run.
Soyoran, just no justice for him.
Yeah.
Just left in the 1v5, can't find a pick.
But let's be honest, 8-4 is not a bad half, especially for the attack side.
Switching sides.
Yeah, I just wish Team Electron had gone for more of like the 1-3-1. I feel like that's such a popular split on Split. And
I absolutely agree. I think their comp is just built. The problem is they just have a really hard time getting info. And that's why I think they kind of got a little stagnant mid-round, is they had no way to really know where PLX was. Because when you run the breach KO, if your knife isn't hitting anybody, what info do you have mid-round? You don't really have that cycle of info, and they basically had to body check.
yeah, I'm gonna go into a tech pause here. And
Oh, I thought they said they were going to fix it after the first map.
okay. So we're good then. We can go back to live, and looking at a 1-3-1 here, as we said, from Plinx. Just gonna work it slow. Wildrake gonna look for early picks on B main, and then Spectral trying to go for that slow lurk up A. I know he loves playing the Viper.
This is a very basic 1-3-1 default out of PLX, it looks like, and
Struggles with the camera.
I know, sorry, I'm just watching the Cypher putting the cam down. Next time, Cypher, do it from up top on the rafters. It's way easier. We got a smoke mid. Looks like we got the blind heaven. As the raise scales up, Priscilla taking a fight with the KO. The KO drops. Looks like PLX is taking all of heaven control on B. Spectral's worked up A ramp. They are showing pressure all around the map.
Wildrake gets found. Crystalia gonna have to take a duel towards Soyoran. Soyoran low. Gonna follow. That's B site. Full 3v4 retake. And not even full health onto Michael.
And
Leave that back.
I gotta say, I really do like that mid take from PLX. Clearly, that looked very rehearsed to me.
Mm-hmm. And the deep CT hold. These post plants are good.
Priscilla looks hungry.
I'm just Wildrake, little bit of whiffage, able to find the one. Crystalia gets 4, and that's big. Getting those ult orbs onto the showstopper early, potentially even a round 3 showstopper.
Okay?
Storch, can I ask you about in-game etiquette real quick? If you have a 3K in that situation, are you letting your teammate get the ace, or are you not caring?
I mean, honestly, it depends. If it's if my duelist is overheating, like it was in that situation, I'm just gonna play disciplined, let it happen. I wouldn't be disappointed if somebody took a kill when I had 3 on the round.
See, Sorch, this is why we're different. I'd be disappointed, personally. So, like... Looks like we're having a lean towards B here by PLX. We got 4 B main, 1 A main.
And it's a big
little aggression from the defenders. Oh, good volley by the KO. Real solid zoning there.
It's a shame they can't find something off that. Orb still up. Let's see,
but so much chip damage.
Yeah, just
but the Sky's assist farming. Look how much room the Viper has on A right now. Absolutely just has so much info. He's got to be calling for them. Yeah, and they're falling back. Spectral's made the call. He's literally gone from A heaven all the way to mid, past the trip. They will not expect him here because that trip is still up.
Wildrake can't break this trip. He has to let Spectral lurk, and he knows that. He's gone. Spectral, take your timing, brother.
Oh, but the defenders feel it.
There.
They put the wall up to cross. Oh, but he's telling them that he heard them rotate. He must have heard them go through CT, right? Yeah, he's coming back.
30 seconds
They're
left.
just gonna fight into heaven together against Soyoran and Michael. Michael gets the contact. Soyoran, are they gonna clear him in that corner? I'm not sure. Crystalia isn't, but The trigger discipline, and Soyoran able to find one.
Spike down
Pick now,
A.
Spectral onto Michael. Can he find Soyoran? No, he can't, but Soyoran low. 3v3, and suddenly, never
10
mind,
seconds left.
Cresselia gets the man advantage back.
Last
Hero
player.
Pop's going through elbow, taken down by Crab. One heaven. You know, pretty solid eco there from the defenders, I must say. Getting 3 guns down. I mean, considering, and I gotta say, the KO got a ton of value that round with that Molly. I mean, that really slowed PLX down because they had to think about where they were going because they had so much chip damage.
And speaking of this KO, look at the weapon choice here from him and Spiff on the Astra.
Dude, the
Odin
Storch
coming
special, absolute. We are just seeing a lot of Storch in this as Defender squad with the Odins and Stingers.
I'm up as our academy team.
Absolutely. It looks like we're setting up for that same mid aggression from the Omen, the Sky, and the Rays. The Omen's about to blind Heaven, and they're about to take Heaven again, but they just give it up.
Yeah, and Spectral on the lurk. They're gonna try and find him out.
But look how much B main space they've taken. They know. Oh, but KO. Does KO know?
Spectral found the
Oh,
timing.
he knows now.
There.
Look where. Oh, how much value is this KO gonna get with the Odin? Oh,
Turns. Finds one. Finds
Spike
two.
down A.
Cresselia finds a pick onto KO. Now 2v4. Spectral and Wild Ray.
bombs down Heaven.
Oh.
Player standing.
Oh, Wild Ray. Okay.
Wild Ray now in the 1v3 has to pull something big off. Spectral unable to land a shot onto Soyoran.
I will say I don't think Vents is the way. I'm not gonna lie. They have an Odin holding it. I mean, the Astra is posted up there with an Odin looking straight down. Oh, wait.
Wild Ray does have his TP though.
Interesting. Smoking off Vents
30
there.
seconds left.
He's gonna hear this though. They're gonna know.
I think he's
Right?
just dead.
Yeah, Do you save here ever?
I would. But I guess the econ is looking very good for Plinx Academy. Have the showstopper. Maybe wish that they invested at that round actually taking that A space, but they have it this round. And they are looking towards the 8 push.
1 second,
You see
peeps. I gotta
the
visit the
1-4
Xbox
coming
place
out.
for
Wild Ray
stuff.
just gonna let him do the lurking now instead of Spectral.
I gotta say, the 4 through Vents into an Odin, I wouldn't have expected it. So kind of solid metagame read from the defenders, understanding. So I don't hate the Odin call if all 4 of them are just gonna crunch through tight areas. Like, oh, fast A raises up A ramp. Oh, but Michael gets the trade immediately. And now we're kind of stuck A ramp. The Chamber's lurking mid. Does the Jet get a little feisty and peek again, is the question. Jet's holding top A ramp. Spectral slowly moving into him. Michael gets a lot of chip damage. Huge.
Spectral making up for his shortcomings last round, getting that pick through the wall. Gonna be healed right back up by Bandit. Now, 4v4. Rotates haven't come through yet. Wild Ray finds
Oh,
trip.
is he going to go into this Astra, though, is the question. Because that Astra is posted up again.
He has his rendezvous up.
Is
And
he
look
in
at the
range if he goes wide enough?
Yeah, he's got space all the way up to nail. Just out of it now. And Spiff gonna get cross.
Look how much space
Spectral.
Spectral is getting consistently on A here.
Ooh, but is Mikey gonna peek Heaven? No, and Spectral gets into CT. Yet again, though, this Odin, completely unknown about.
It is all coming down to this
30
KO here.
seconds left.
Oh, great shot by Wild Ray getting him on A, though. And I think that just makes the round very, very hard for the defenders. I mean, it's hard to retake with an Odin. You're slow. They already have CT control. 4v2. I think you save here. It's a hard call to make, but I think it's the right one.
Especially with Soyoran's econ here. I mean, Pop, he can buy one. He can buy onto Mikey, and then Michael and Spiff, they both have the money. I think it should just be a save. 4v2. Gonna be rough.
It looks like they're playing for exits and a save. I think.
I hope.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Cage trigger.
Yeah. Okay.
Spectral
Good call
getting
by
out
them.
here, though.
Oh my god, knife out. Holy moly.
He wants it. Spectral wants it. He's gonna
Yeah.
peek.
That's what happens.
Yeah, but it's gonna erase him from the video game.
I gotta say, A little bit of over-rotation there, but good job by PLX coming back into that round after losing the Jet early. I mean the Rays, sorry. And just, I gotta say, I don't even hate how the def played that. They just, eventually we got to hit our shots. We were in the right position. The KO was there. It's just Wild Ray brought them back into the round, taking a site, but when there was only one there. We just gotta, once we're in those 5v4 situations, we gotta play a little more, you know, a little more disciplined, and I think they would have come away with that round, actually.
Yeah, and we see the fast ramps. Cresselia going to be up on the KO already. KO has
Man,
that back.
This
Oh
KO
my-
is on an island, eh?
Yeah, but so much damage going to come through. Bandit going to have to heal it up. Flashes himself. Not much more util. Finds a pick.
Gets one.
Spectral. Cypher trips are all down, though. Wild Ray has space up B. Does he know about Spiff? And the rotate coming out.
Oh, Spiff hears him, right?
I mean, at this point, not yet, but rotate is going to come through from Michael. Going to leave Pop and Mikey. No, I'm interested about their spacing here. Oh,
Great
what
shot by Michael there. Huge round.
Spiff still undetected. Finds one onto Bandit, finds two, finds three. Spiff able to seal the round.
Spiff is a multi-kill master, I gotta say. He's kind of a 3K, no K kind of guy, honestly. Like, PLX can't let this get out of control here. They have to, they gotta discipline up, because if you start getting behind an eco on split, it's really hard to come back into it, especially after committing that raise ult. We've already committed. All right, looks like we're wow. This is a big round. This will be 2 rounds for PLX if they lose this. They are hard committing economically. And again, they're going into this 4-1, 4 on A, 1 mid.
You know, that op could do numbers, but Michael trying to find a pick, can't find anything. Trade some damage to Cresselia, gonna find him. Now, 4v1 on site, rotates coming through, but PLX just gonna fall back.
This seems kind of the standard way they're playing, where they're kind of showing aggression towards one side and then just going to the other side. They're just showing. I guess maybe they're trying to get well, and they're not wrong. Look at these over rotates. We already have 3 on A, and we're just putting Spiff on an island here.
I will say I'm not sure about how I feel with their breach positioning. The breach always seems to be like rotating to the KO, doubling up the initiators. I feel like they should be more spread. Pop found out by the flash.
I also think we should be getting a little aggressive with all this breach util, taking some space. Great flash. Cresselia gets him.
Dog coming up from Bandit.
Spiff has to go massive here.
Sojourn is massive.
Oh, Cresselia!
One enemy remaining.
2v2.
Last player.
Oh, that's bomb!
Tragic.
30 seconds left.
Wow, and
Spiff knows exactly where he is.
With concealment.
Spectral with the Odin. Oh no!
Oh! Runs A. He has
No.
the time as well.
We have Spectral with a fart. I'm assuming he's going A and he's gonna fart on site, so we gotta find him. This is gonna be a tough.
10
This is gonna be a
seconds
tough split for Spliff. Or for Spiff. I gotta say, like,
I need
can
a
he suck him off the
damage.
plant? Oh, Spectral just gets it down.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, Spectral.
He has the read. He has the read. Oh! Spectral knows. Spiff gets caught out, and that's 12-6 match point in Game 1 for Plinx Academy.
Match point.
I hate to say it, but Spiff positioned perfectly. You just gotta hit that shot when you're having there. When you're hell and the guy's coming out heaven. He had him. He had the read. It's just unfortunate.
Honestly, if I'm Spectral there, I'm keeping the Odin and just jumping out of heaven into hell.
Well, that's you're a different breed. I don't know what to say. Like, that's not what I would do.
Rise and queen glory.
You gotta believe in the Odin spray.
Oh, we got the op on KO. Interesting. So we're back to the 1-3-1. PLX clearly thinks some aggression might be coming their way.
And the knife
Here comes the blind heaven. Does the jet get away? Yes, the jet does escape.
Oh! It's Spectral finding the pick onto the operator. A is open. Crab finds the one onto B. Now.
So Yorn and Spectral are about to get into a little fight here that's going to really, I think, define the game. Big kill there.
Oh, Wild Ray gets the refrag onto Zero Pop. And now
Do they think Spiff is here?
One enemy remaining.
Oh, big kill by
Wild
Wild Ray.
Nice shots from him, showing why he's favoring that chamber so heavily. Sioran has to pull this off for his team, but it is something we've seen from him before.
Oh, this is a little rough, though. I mean, let's see. They got both Omen blinds. I mean, both Omen smokes. They know where he is. They're high-low on him. This is a tall task, I'm not gonna lie. Checking his cam for A just in case, but I gotta say, this is... I hate to say this, but it's kind of unwinnable.
Wildray just holding it. Sioran has to go. Gets
Great
picked up by Wildray. 3 on the round for him.
Win.
And that's the match. Or game. For Plinx Academy. 13-6. Now we go on to Ascent.
I gotta say that is closer than the score shows, though. There were a couple rounds where if one thing broke one way, whether it was that round Spectral got that Viper ult off, but there was that almost 1v5 that we almost saw. There were a couple rounds where we were right on the brink, and PLX had a couple really last-minute retakes there. I think if Electron tightens up a little bit, they might be able to take him on Ascent. We might see a map 3.
Like, if we go to rounds that Plinx Academy won, starting at round 6 here, round 6, that was the Ninja Diffuse from Spectral, the 1v1. I mean, round 8 then is where the 1v5 almost happens. Round 9, Krabs wins a 1v3. Like, really just a bunch of hero plays coming out for Plinx Academy here. And it's honestly not fully sustainable going into the next map.
I mean, even on defense, there were a couple rounds where Wild Ray with the op kind of brought them back from the brink of defeat there, where, you know, they got that first pick on Raze in round 16 and they just were brought back. I think the score does not show how evenly matched these teams seem to be, honestly. PLX seems a little better drilled. I think they seem a little bit more in the meta, I will say, of what they're running. But I'm curious what we're going to see, if we're going to see another KO Breach on Ascent and what kind of fun they're going to run for us. Because if they run KO Breach on Ascent, I think they'll have, honestly, a lot more success with aggression, because that map does lend itself to those kind of shenanigans, honestly.
I mean, the problem that map was that they just weren't taking that aggression. They have the KO, they have the Breach, the two most aggressive flash initiators in the game, and they just didn't create space on defense at all.
Felt on offense, their Jet was getting a little isolated as well. I don't know if they were really 3-1ing. Sometimes the Jet wasn't necessarily getting to their smokes on their dash. I think if their mechanics tighten up a little bit and they kind of just do their little micro things, I actually didn't hate how they played that. I think they were pretty sound. I mean, I understand. I see the vision, I should say.
I think it will be tough coming into this next map. Krabs, great performance from him that game, but going into the next game, they will have their two starters in NB1, their IGL, and Happy, their starter controller player.
You know, one of our soft MVPs, and I don't think he gets enough credit a lot, was Spectral on those lurks, was getting so much information. It was kind of crazy how much value he was getting crossing with that Viper. Whether he was getting that pick on the Opper and elbow, whether he was getting up ramp and kind of understanding those rotations, and it kind of allowed PLX Academy to do those 4-1s where they would show aggression and just really kind of drive everyone to one side of the map, while either the chamber walked out B or up mid and got a ton of value. I also think that, you know, for a stand-in, Big Crab got so many good flashes and smokes and really kind of set up Chrysilla to really get a lot of info and first bloods. I mean, I'd be curious to look at the first bloods. You gotta
look back at the VOD for that one. But
yeah. Well, no, Wild Ray had 6, Chrysilla had 2. I mean, Wild Ray, that actually shocked. I guess on defense he was getting a lot of value with his first bloods. I felt like on attack but I thought he was a little more passive. But a little bit more tight with our mechanics, and I think this is going to be a really close Ascent. I don't know how drilled PLX Academy is on Ascent, and I'm assuming this was not their map pick. I'm assuming they picked Split.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think this was Team Electron's map pick, honestly, because we see Plinx Academy on defense starting every map. And so, no, I can't imagine that Team Electron would have picked attack on Split.
I hope they have something fun for us on Ascent, because that was a interesting comp on Split. And I'm wondering if they're going to run the Breach again. That would be my main thing, because I think the KO... The KO is pretty standard, but the Breach would not be. And I wonder if they're just going to stick to that kind of... Or if they're going to maybe move Seorin over to Duelist and just let him cook. I don't know.
I mean, and with that, we will be back in 5 minutes after a short break for map 2. Welcome back to Game 2 of the match between Plinx Academy and Team Electron. Map 1 was split, which went in the favor of Plinx Academy, 13-6. And now we're back on Ascent. Plinx Academy immediately locking that chamber. And, you know, it's very default coming out from Team Electron so far. Maybe I'm looking at a waylay from Plinx Academy. I don't mind this comp. What do you think, Dave?
I think there's no shot he runs the waylay, to be honest. Oh my god, he's running the waylay. I thought I knew these guys. So, we're getting a little bit more of a standard comp from the attackers, where we're getting a Cypher instead of a Killjoy, but absolutely basic sauce on the 1-1 side. And we're moving Soyoran over to Jet. My prophecy came true. I'm interested by the waylay. I do like waylay a lot on this map, actually. I think it's very underrated. I think it's really good for mid control and fast pops in mid. I'm curious if they're going to put the op on chamber or waylay, though. I wonder how they're going to move the waylay around and the chamber. The chamber, I'm not crazy about chamber on Ascent. I don't think it's ideal. But I think obviously you can make any comp work unless you're, you're playing against G2. But already we're seeing a pretty lean towards A here. Looks like we're going to see a little bit of an A split. And we have a little bit of a stack towards A by PLX. So I'm interested how this is going to go. Looks like Waylay is going to play for early info. Looks like we're going to get a one-way. And maybe a KO knife for info? I'm already seeing the play being made on the attackers for how they're going to take A. So I'm interested. Oh, they're going fast.
Yeah, and Cresselia gonna go for a peek. Can't find one with the Sheriff. Teep gets the TP out. They are 3 stacked. Maybe looking for the Flood retake. Cam gonna come through, gets the tag. So Yoran smoking the Heaven. Gonna dash. Can't find on
KO's isolated.
But Darkrai able to find one. Gonna get traded out immediately. Happy and Spectral now towards Heaven. Gets a scan on the Sova Dart. And Happy able to find the kill. Cresselia and Wildray now coming towards the site from tree. Pop gonna find the pick onto Cresselia. Now, Michael and Pop just trying to hold the site down. 3v3. Spectral and Happy fighting against Michael. Pop gonna get picked off by Spectral. Now, fight's going down Heaven. Wildray has to go huge. And just out of the CT smoke gets tagged and Spiff 15 HP gonna seal the round.
Spiff absolutely watching some Flex Ninja videos there with that interesting TP on contact. I gotta say, I think that made Wildray look around and think, what the heck just happened there? But solid play by him, taking the info. I can't believe that was honestly a pretty discombobulated retake from PLX there. Not really waiting on their Util, not using their flashes or their Sova Dart on retake. I want them to be a little more patient like they were split and not be so antsy. Again, we have this kind of 3 towards A, Sova and Chamber taking B main. All that info already. Wow. PLX is going to know where they are, right? That knife just went to Kingdom Come. I don't even know where that went.
Let it on sight.
Oh, wow. What? Just... That guy knows things I don't know. He threw that like... He yeeted it.
And the 5-hit gonna come through Cresselia. I think she's blinded. She isn't. Soyoran able to find the pick. Now push through onto tree. Michael finds the pick onto Darkrai. Happy has to try and hold the space. Fighting towards Soyoran, and Spectral gets one with the Sheriff. Now 2v3. Suddenly this retake is doable. Wildray able to find the pick onto one. Has a Spectre now. Let's see, are they gonna group?
Sova already has ult. It's second round.
Yeah, and this Cypher trip. Is Spectral gonna succumb to it?
If you're Sova on the attacking team, do you go play ult here? No.
Last player standing.
There we go.
Not anymore, at least. Still,
I have to say, you can already tell the comfortability of the attackers here and the difference. That was a perfect execute with flashes and the jet dash. They look so much tighter and so much more comfortable on Ascent than they did on Split. I have to say, it's already just miles better.
It's true, although we have only seen 5 hits so far. Looks like it's going to be another 5-hit. And
moving the chamber over to A.
Yeah, Wildray is going to want to try and take that space, has that TP out. Cresselia going to try and take fast B space. Maybe farm that orb onto Hunter's Fury.
I guess we're knifing the lobby.
Yeah, Dart not gonna clear Wild Ray. Wild Ray dodges it. Is he able to find one? No.
Oh, tagged up the KO quite a bit though.
Yeah, so much damage. Also onto the Sova. Michael down to 60 health. Gonna drone through on the site. But at this point, it's a force back. There's no way they can hit this. And Spectral with the drone. Gonna find a tag onto one. And they're just dropping like flies now. Happy.
Enemy remaining.
Can't find anything but Wild Ray with 2 on the round. Spectral with 2. Darkrai with 1. Just great textbook round from Plinx Academy.
You know, when you're playing Ascent, if you're gonna 5-hit stuff, you're either going right away or you're not going at all. It is just it is such a default heavy map for that exact reason that you can just get 4 people on the site so quickly, especially with the Waylay, they can move pretty quickly. And all the information that PLX is getting early in B main, I hope there's an adjustment, and there is, where they're playing a little bit more towards B main, and let's see if they can punish this B main aggression they've been showing basically 3 rounds in a row.
Revealing area.
Got you.
Dart gonna come through, though Cam is gonna find its way onto Cresselia. Cresselia is taking this space. Looking for the 1, can't find it. Just playing slow Wild Ray. He's inserted into Wine, and great spreading of the map from both teams here.
What do you think about this, having the Sova and CT just spotting mid like this? Do you like that or no?
Honestly, I don't mind it. So long as you know what you want to do, like if you're gonna play fast rotate, I think it's fine. Here they're prioritizing more Cresselia and Darkrai being grouped for the KO flashes onto the Waylay. So I don't mind it, honestly. But this cat split coming through now. 3 set up onto A. Happy and Spectral are holding tree. And this is going to be rough. They only have Michael and Pop here to clear out tree.
Solid blind into tree. Happy. Ooh, can Happy get a little sneaky here?
He's gonna pop out the smoke. No. Wild Ray gonna TP out the group for the retake. 5v5 retake. Sovalt on the board, but Pop gonna find the pick onto Wild Ray. That's big, grabbing numbers for his team. Now Plinx Academy, they're gonna have to really go for this one. And yes, Darkrai with 2 onto Pop and Mikey. Gets retraded, but look, both are hell.
Got 2 hell here.
Enemy remaining.
Do they expect the second one is the question.
I don't think so.
They don't? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, they got off!
It doesn't matter.
They
Just
worked
gotta
out.
seal the deal. And now,
You know, I wasn't paying enough attention there. Where did the Sova die on the attacker side early? Because he had ult. I feel like he could have gotten a lot of value there, actually.
I believe NB took a fight, or sorry, Darkrai took a fight towards Switch, then was able to get a kill on Sova, maybe tried to peek main off of Switch contact. Not 100% sure what happened there.
Ooh, so they are putting the op on the Waylay. Interesting.
And what do you think about this force from Team Electron here?
I kind of hate it. I don't think it's necessary at this point. I especially with how your KO's money is looking. If we had maybe jet knives, I would like it. But I just think this is such a util heavy map. You want to build economy a little bit and kind of work like a tidal wave and get momentum.
Yeah, and the leg shot coming through with the operator from Cresselia. Already going to find big damage onto Pop here. And, you know, making a hard to win round even harder.
But look how much PLX thinks it's A. They are so stacked towards A. They got some kind of calm that they... What did they hear that made them think it was A here?
Not sure. Maybe it's through last round. Drone does clear Spectral. Spectral almost dead to his rights, but I guess he's not just able to fall back to Boathouse.
Do you rip Sovalt there if you tag him with the drone?
Against the comp with no KJ, honestly, I would. So you're unable to find the pick onto Darkrai CT.
Ooh, Spectral's got to be good for 1. Gets 1.
Gets 1, can't find the second. 3v4, but Pop is 1. Cresselia
Planted.
saw the gun. Cresselia knows. And so you're down to 1 HP, gonna be found.
What a shock dart.
Yeah, this is a great Hunter's Fury line from the side of Team Electron. Really like this from Michael. Are they aware of the 1 main? It doesn't look like it. And out he comes.
Player standing.
And this
Biff is a little sneaky. I like him.
has got to just be a save from Cresselia. Trying to find the off back.
Too hard of a retake here.
Slowing them down.
29. Oh, he's getting the op. Okay, good. You know, just interesting read from PLX there, thinking they were A. I would be curious to ask them what they heard or what they saw to leave B there.
Yeah, I think Cresselia needs to hold that op line even further. And Pop is actually dead to the bomb here, hurting his team's econ even more than it already was hurt.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty big mistake. I don't, that's a very unforced error there, I have to say.
Yeah, and Plinx, they're going to have the double op setup here. Darkrai only on the Bulldog, but you've seen what he can do with that gun. And honestly, two very even buys, but the double op is going to be really hard if you can't have proper initiator util from Team Electron.
I think Electron's looking to rip the KO ult though here and take A, I'm assuming.
Pop looking for a bit of a reposition. Maybe a fight going to come down here. Michael looking towards the chamber up. And Wildray can't quite find the hit. Soren can't quite get on the box that he wants to. Just gonna stand on the scooter there. They have the pop flash ready. They're gonna hit A main, I think.
I think they're trying to get KO ult, is what I'm assuming. Is they're gonna farm that or they're a nice little 4-1 here. There's the flat pop flash and A main. They got A main control. The question is who's gonna pop KO ult first? Is the defender KO in a spot where he can do anything about this? Looks like we're going to see a flash and a take off the dart. There's the flash. There's the dart. Great KO ult. Absolutely isolates the Echo.
Down A.
Oh, Pop.
And the round is in the favor of Team Electron. There's one insert tree. Pop has to go big here. Cresselia has the op. Is she going to clear him?
Do they feel Pop here is the question.
Spike planted.
I know exactly.
And a pick coming out from Darkrai. Gonna find one with that Bulldog Hunter's Fury, able to find some damage onto the Omen. Spiff, he's low in health. Now, this is suddenly a winnable round for Plinx. Darkrai able to find another.
Is Zero Pop getting a timing here?
Remaining.
Oh, but the hold with the operator, I think it might just be too much. Yeah,
Great awareness by Cresselia there to understand that that was possible.
Yeah, because at that point in time, even if he was Heaven, Pop would not have been able to find his way onto the peak on Spectral in time. Spectral would have been able to just diffuse. And now Econ, in even more shambles for Team Electron, they have to pull off a save here.
You know, if they can get a little feisty with Jet Knives, this round is winnable. But it just matters if, you know, this Jet is the kind of guy who's going to updraft mid and try and pop Cresselia off rip. It looks like they're working towards B, towards the chamber.
I think Cresselia knows, to be honest. I think it's a pre-aim angle after Knives pop.
Smoking off mid.
Knives are yet to be popped, but...
Are we not popping knives here? Okay, you know, what do I know?
Cresselia able to pick him out on the jump peak. Spiff maybe needs to drill that a little bit more. Cresselia just can hold strong mid with this op. Giving up the space. Spectral now, droning out mid.
Careful there.
Might need to work on driving that back. School, but it's okay.
Fight come towards mid. Soren running through. Pop able to find the pick onto Happy.
I will say that is kind of like, does kind of hurt the Jet though, because he doesn't get the knife reset because he got that kill stolen from him by the class. So it's almost a...
Finds a rifle, but he has the bomb. Now stuck pizza.
He has updraft.
I mean, Plinx Academy just have so much space. I can't see them giving this up. And Spectral able to find one. Wildray another. Michael gonna find the refrag. Is Spectral with 1 HP gonna find... Or, sorry, he has a lot of health. Not sure what I was seeing there. But Spectral goes huge with this classic and rifle. And, yeah, that's the round for Plinx Academy.
I like the meat and potatoes macro of that idea. If we have our Omen up and we can smoke one of those angles, I do think it was really wise of PLX to understand that if they have that B main space that they want to all go market it, good luck. But, you know, a little... you know, your butt clenches a little bit in situations like that because you're in a 5v4. They have a rifle. I mean, if they would have isolated that op in CT, I think they could have probably taken Cresselia down. Just little micro decisions are deciding these rounds.
Knife deployed.
Yeah, knife.
Ooh, Happy with the play. Oh, they're ready for it.
That's honestly a little unlucky. Spliff just in spawn late. Able to find the pick.
I would have never, dude. Spiff is just aware. I don't know what to say. To be ready for that Omen TP is pretty crazy.
I'm not sure if that's skill or luck, to be honest.
I'm gonna say it's skill for the cast. So we
Pop
have
is
Spectral alone on B as they're working towards B.
Yeah, he's gonna go up lane. Cam isn't gonna find him. Spectral has that intel now. They are gonna see the chamber
But they're
trade.
not. The KO's slowly moving over. Flash. All right, Spectral.
Spectral, good
Good
for
kill
one.
on the Jet.
It's gonna fall back, gets the recon onto lane, and the ult coming out from Spliff. Spiff in the back. Can't
What?
quite
What?
find it.
What is happening?
Enemy
Oh,
remaining.
it's Spectral huge. He has 3 on the
Down
round.
B.
Not sure how he's still alive and might be just stuck him in.
I'm
30
speechless.
seconds left.
Yeah.
And ping diff
looks like-
type in chat.
There might have been a little bit of a ping issue there, but that was not ideal from the Omen. Good play by him, but just execution.
Yeah, and Dave, what do you think about the pacing of Team Electron on this attack half?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Their pacing doesn't seem bad. It's just the Jet dash is out. He doesn't really have a lot of help. I mean, I think if that flash is a little deeper, I think they're just fine. I mean, it seems like they're getting pretty early info, and they were. Oh, Wildray just gets away here. I actually don't even mind. I feel like they're playing into. PLX is kind of playing into their hands a little. Rotates. Oh, Jet.
Oh, Happy able to find the pick. These 5 hits just aren't working for Team Electron. Denied by the fragment, and Happy able to get another spam kill. 5v3, and just gonna be so hard to win this. Already on the eco, now down 2 in man advantage. Honestly, they just have to try and find some rifles and save them.
I honestly think we got to go orb farming here. We got to go orb shopping. We're either farming the KO or going back to B, and we're going to try and get that orb and at least make something of this round.
Yeah, I like that. With no KJ, I would be prioritizing the KO over the Sova as well. You know, full give up of B from Plinx. Maybe they could get the plant down. That would be very useful.
Oh, the chamber trip is going to be rough if he's holding blind off chamber trip, though.
Ooh. Yeah, and it's gonna pick up 3. Happy. Gonna give the space a little. Takes the fight, finds 1, finds 2. He's on for the ace. 4 on the round. Can he find it? Mikey, last one. And there's the ace from Happy. It's gonna be a happy day for him and his team.
Very big round from him. These 5 hits are not working. The most success they've had is on these splits or these 4-1s, where they're getting a little bit of info and kind of coaxing PLX into leaving. Honestly, I really like when they show any kind of aggression towards mid, because PLX seem very, very quick to leave. I mean, I don't know why. Maybe they're very cognizant of their short A, but their B, they're leaving their Sova on an island a little bit. And that's 2 rounds where that Sova's been pretty alone, and they've had success. It's just one round they won the round, and the other round Spectral just went huge and got 3. But I would like them to lean more towards these B splits, or just a little bit more defaulty, because they have had success on it.
Yeah, and I mean, we play B together a lot. For those of you who don't know, Dave and I, we're on the same team, and giving up that mid is something that we do favor to do, take that B main space. But how do you think that plays differently with a chamber comp? Can you still do the same thing?
I think you absolutely can. I mean, if the chamber's controlling B main, I mean, I would like a little bit more dynamic play from PLX in mid with the chamber and with the op, and it looks like that's what we're about to see. Yes. I think chamber can take the space. The problem is it's not passive, right? It's aggressive space.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Killjoy, you still have the turret spotting, and you can kind of take that info back up and still not have to use your body to check. So it looks like we have a spawn party on the attacker side here.
Not quite. Oh my. Not quite ready to come out of that timeout, looks like. KO knife, it's gonna go big, picks up 2. And they have the info. Spectral early rotating, but look at the B main working by Michael.
I'm telling you, this is what works. Maybe they're figuring it out. I mean, it's like showing any aggression. They're so quick to leave B all the time. Up Spectral's hustling back. He knows. Ooh, is Chamber gonna get some value here?
Oh! Ping diff. Wildray unable to land the shot. Now
We
this
have KO and Sovalt here on the attackers. I think we should be ripping one.
Yeah, and Sova is just in. Michael, he wants to find the picks onto Happy. Happy trying to go big. Darkrai, gonna be on the side, finds one, and what a shot from Michael. Nice flick from him. Spectral finds a little bit of damage, but the regen shield gonna heal him right back up. Happy able to find the pick onto Switch now. Coming to this retake, it's a 4v3 now, 3v3. Alt's gonna get popped by Spectral. Happy goes into sight. Now, he finds the one gen. 2 on the round. Last is Heaven. Can they find the pick? And they do. Spectral finds the last. And that's the round for Plinx Academy. Trying to farm back that Sovalt. Maybe can get another by the end of the half.
I'm a little
Thanks.
miffed by this idea that we have sight. We could just launch that KO wall and cancel that Sovalt. I'm just a little confused. And, you know, I think we're being a little timid with our alts on the attacker side, where if we were ripping them a little more consistently, I think they'd get a lot more value, but I don't know. I'm just confused because that round looked like they were building towards a KO wall on a split on A, right? Am I crazy?
I think what's happening here is that they're prioritizing rounds where they just stack alt on top of alt instead of getting that nice alt cycle going, which is what they absolutely should be doing. Now, Spectral sends to start B. It's a 3-0-2.
Lot of info off that dart.
Yeah, I think with this TP, Wildray can get himself inserted fridge.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, good dart. Moves him off the angle. Man, you can tell how confident PLX is. Happy is on an aggressive angle tiles. Takes a shot, backs up.
I mean, it's such a weird buy from Team Electron as well. So Yoran, he's bought up the rifle, the rest of his team saving. Maybe thinks he can get a few, get knives next. Happy, going for the jump spot. I'm not sure if he saw Michael or if Michael saw him, but this mid space is going to get worked.
I think the Saoran fight on A is going to be huge if Darkrai gives him a fight here. I'm curious if he's going to just play passive enough, but the Jet is just trying to inch forward.
Oh no, the timing! And Saoran finds the pick. There's an opening A. They're going to fill it with Wildray, and now this mid space completely uncontested.
Right here.
And man, do they mark it? Oh, they're going right into Happy though.
Yeah, Happy.
Happy has been an absolute force field in this spot.
Down mid.
Gets one, gonna get out. Evens numbers, but he is low. Happy, 31 HP.
15 seconds.
So Fangle. Spectral finds a pick. That's big. Finds the lurk, and now one in Garden. Michael
10 seconds
has to
left.
try and go big for his team. And Spectral, no. Gonna pick him off. Now just up to Saoran and Spiff. Spiff gonna take aggressive control. Can he find the pick onto Wildray? No, Wildray finds some damage at the spam through the smoke. The off headshot through the smoke. It's Saoran. He's gonna be found by this trademark. Slowed. Cresselia just sticking it in his face.
Okay.
That's 8-3 and a struggle by next round.
Electron gets these picks early, and I almost feel like they're not capitalizing as well as they could because they're holding these alts. I mean, if they go through Cat with that alt, there's no Omen. There's no way for them to really slow them down once they smoke. I would love to see them use a little more util because, you know, in the pistol round, they had a perfect take on A and they just went. But I think they're getting a little bottled up here.
Yeah, and I'm honestly really surprised here. Valorant is going to push and pull, but for Team Electron, it's really just been push. As soon as they find an opening, they don't try to work anywhere else. KOL is going to come through onto B. Spectral
Flash
playing with Cresselia. Cresselia finds one. Spectral finds another. Just denying this entry. KO downed. With the KO buff, they might be able to res him. Spectral goes big, finds 3 on the round.
Spike down B.
And KO res goes up. Spectral with 4.
You know, going through that smoke, we're KO flashing, but the KO flashes aren't as effective as they could be. I like the idea of it. I just think, you know,
And
execution is much to be desired, honestly.
not sure if it's just me, but I've got convergent paths stuck on my screen in T-spawn.
I don't have that.
A little weird. But the position here is going to be opting to put 3 towards B here, having the 2A, and they've got the read on Plinx, who are going to go for this solid B hit.
I love how Spiff plays. He's a little rat. He's always in a corner. He's always flexing and jing. Oh, he's taking this fight. Oh, no smokes. Ooh. Oh, they're going to get out B main for free.
And just sight taken fast. Spiff gonna trade paranoias. He's blind too. Cresselia able to find the entry onto sight, and Spiff gonna fall to Wildray. Spectral gets a pick onto Michael, and now 5v3. This is looking very unwinnable for Team Electron. They're gonna struggle with this, but Mikey has to go big here as Cresselia is pushing up on him. Flash goes through Wildray, Cresselia both holding him, and Mikey unable to find the pick. Now Soyoran on the flank taking a fight towards Happy. Inconclusive. Yeah. Wildray finds the pick onto Pop. All left to Soyoran with the Sheriff. And isn't able to find one, and Happy gonna seal that 10-3. Real struggles coming out from Team Electron right now. They have to find something. And honestly, Dave, it's not quite 11 rounds yet, but I think this is their best bet to force up, try and take a round.
I think you need to force here. I also feel like that Omen cannot be hit by that knife there. There is like no excuse for it. I think if anyone's taking an aggressive peek there, it can't be the Omen. That's a smoke and B main completely halts what they wanted to do there. And it's just, it's so hard when either your Sentinel or your smokes are hit by a KO knife early. You just can't really combat with it, especially if they're 5-hitting. Wow.
Wow. And Plinx, we're ready for the anti-DRX, but Wildray just going to find the pick onto Soyoran on A. Now, the 4-stack A, giving up completely on B. The force has come out from Team Electron, but looks like it's all going to be for nothing.
I do like the stack towards A and gambling a little bit this round.
Necessary, but unfortunate, doesn't pay out.
Oh, the question... There it is. Okay, the question is what utility do we have left? We have...
Camera taken out.
One Omen blind that's about to come out.
Yeah, the flash, and Sova gonna fall. Michael not gonna have the darts.
Oh.
Pop is able to find a pick onto Spectral, but Cresselia able to find another. Vandals in hands of Happy and Cresselia, just barreling down on the other team. Team Electron can't find an answer. Wildray, 3 on the round. Gonna be 11-3. Dire straits now.
Yeah, that's a little rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, when you look at the scoreboard, Spectral on B just went huge a couple rounds. Going to 22-4 right now is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's got a 5.5 KD in a tournament game. No answers for him right now.
And we got an Ares, a Stinger, a Sheriff, a Vandal, and a Spectre on the side of Electron.
Looks like just a mid-split. Could go towards A, but look.
Ooh, Soyoran's getting a lot of space here, though.
Yeah, Soyoran has the Vandal. He has to go big. Pop! Gonna get spotted out. Will he be able to get out? The Ares holding with him. Gonna get a headshot through the wall. Now, this market space just taken, and they know that Mickey just stuck. But Soyoran pushes down mid, able to get 2. And the spike. Now, Cresselia has to try and go big. It's them and Happy that have the rifles.
Oh, here he goes.
Hold up. Picks coming through, just gonna be traded 2-2. Now, 2v1.
Oh, but bomb is down.
Yeah, bomb is down mid. Cresselia gonna grab the orb. And
oh my God.
Happy. Oh, Soyoran has no clue that Cresselia is coming tiles, but no, he looks. Happy just holding for market.
I'm not crazy about how PLX is playing this. I would like them to be together.
30
I mean, he has isolated fights here.
Yeah, he's so paranoid that might end up getting the best of him. I mean, here's the walking market. Cresselia probably just going to be able to walk straight out. Hold on to tiles. Cresselia peeks.
Enemy remaining.
Finds
Oh,
one.
time though.
10
Happy.
seconds left.
Wait, so Soyoran peeks through and finds the kill. Almost sold for his team. But
Do you think he
instead,
had time to plant there?
absolutely not. 12
Yeah.
seconds for not getting to B.
Got it.
Just absolute mad lad Sayor in there. I think once you got the kill on Cresselia, he could have backed up and been just fine. But I kind of like the ego there being like, hey, this isn't over. I still have confidence. We're still going to play with confidence. I'm going to take that fight and win it. And honestly, I mean...
That was an oxy play.
Yeah, I don't mind it. So we have 3 towards B main. Looks like we have a kind of a B fault, I guess. I don't know what this is. Cresselia going in fast, looking for fights.
Yeah, all the way into sight, gonna clear it. And now they maybe see an opening towards B, but no, rotating towards A. And
what a fake
timing on this! Everybody on the side of Team Electron rotating. It's all gonna be up to Mikey and Spiff now, just holding from Garden. Spiff able to find his way onto site. Sayorin and now Spectral able to find the one in the smoke. That's a huge pick. Now A is open. They have to go now. Holding mid is Happy. Happy gonna get picked up by Sayorin. Sayorin now.
but no smokes.
Yeah, Wild Ray, big pick onto Mikey. 3v3, 1 HP, no smokes for other team. 1 HP onto Sayorin. And Darkrai just gonna fall off site.
If I'm Spectral here, if I get any kind of tag, I'm ripping the salt.
Yeah, I'm ripping at Garden right now, honestly. Sitting
Yeah, he can hear him. I
Wild
think he's
Ray,
worried about getting Song from Heaven if he rips it, though.
Blocking sight.
Darkrai sees the cross, gets tagged out by a dart. Spectral finds one. Now, 2v1. Can Pop do it? Get first. Darkrai.
No way.
1v1 situation. To seal the round, to seal the match. Darkrai has to go big here, has to find the kill. Can Pop save his team? No, he can't. Darkrai able to find it. And
Oh, it's a game of inches, man. Like,
Match point.
I gotta say, we're getting the Electron's getting the first picks of these rounds and just kind of crumbling mid-round. I think they're getting a lot of value early and kind of catching PLX with their pants down, but not able to like pull the pants all the way down. They kind of get to their aim, but they can't completely pants them and get them in situations they don't want them in. I don't know. This is so much closer than the score shows. I have to say, it's been a lot of 1v1 situations.
Wild Ray sees the cross, and Spiff just gonna have to TP right back out. Wild Ray, I think he knows. Smoke gonna come out, and just a fast B take. Darkrai with the flash. Cresselia better go through. And honestly, not preferable trip positions here. TP gonna phase, and so they have to slow it down a bit. Still, they don't know about the trip. They're gonna break it. Fast retake, flood retake coming through from Team Electron, it looks like. So Yoren's gonna be very late on this. Oh, the Wild Ray gets 2-1 through a smoke. That's just great from him. Now the salt line from Spectral, not gonna find any value. But the 4v3 is looking very winnable for Plinx.
Yeah, this is looking very, very hard for the defenders, especially when you have the op posted up with no smokes. Good smoke by the Jet though to cross.
Oh, so Yoren
my
goes big.
goodness.
And no, Cresselia and Darkrai, the duo, they're gonna seal out the game.
I love you guys.
And Plinx Academy gonna move forward in this bracket, eliminating Team Electron from the tournament.
I have to say, I know I'm looking at the first blood math there, and maybe I'm just imagining it, but I felt like Electron had a lot of advantages that match, where they were up in 5v4s or 4v3s, and just through sheer force of will, PLX brought it back.
I mean, Spectral and Happy, so many hero plays from them.
12 assists on Omen, wow. And 17 rounds is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, just doing great. And he didn't even, I don't even know if Happy got a warm-up in. Same with Darkrai, and yet both of them performing. And Spectral, I mean, he struggled a bit last game, but here, map 2, stepped up big, 25-7 KDA, or 25-7 KD.
And I will say, as someone who is somewhat familiar with the PLX Academy team, they do not normally run. So I'm wondering if we do get to talk to them, what made them pick the Waylay and how they thought it felt, because they're usually not big Waylay guys. I mean,
I think
Usually it's-
Cresselia and Darkrai have been drilling it out in customs a lot, getting those flash timings down. Honestly, I think that's what it is.
But I'm very surprised by how PLX was able to get back in a lot of those rounds and how they were so retake heavy and able to kind of drag these lot of hero plays, like you said. I do hope Electron keeps at it. I think they're a lot closer than the score shows. And honestly, I do hope that if they can tighten up their utility a little bit, that they could actually be a force to be reckoned with. So Yorin was a really solid fragger, and I really like some. Spiff was just such a sneaky boy that I really liked how he was playing as well.
Yeah, I mean, Spiff and Sayorin, definitely the the shining stars on that team. And here we're gonna go into an interview with the man himself, Wildray, the Chambermain.
The Chambermain. I like how that's how you introduce him.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Hi.
Wildray, how are you feeling about that match?
Not bad. It was pretty good.
And I think Dave had a question for you specifically around the team comps.
Yeah, what's up?
You guys weren't running Waylay a lot. What made you guys pick the Waylay on Ascent and kind of change it up a little bit?
Well, it's more proactive fights with KO flashes to really get in, and it helps with your retakes with the Waylay ult too. But mainly just like be able to close gaps with a KO flash.
Did you ever use the Waylay ults?
That's a great question. Probably not. With
And the
I
first half
just got no action the entire half, so they just never got loads.
Round 12 it was used after the round win, and then round 17 after the map win.
I was sick.
And then convergent paths got stuck on everybody's screen. Yeah. Another question. So this chamber that you've been playing, you've been finding a lot of value on taking quick peeks. Do you think that this is something that that teams are going to start adapting to? And if so, how do you plan on countering what they might do to try and counter you?
I mean, there's always more setups. There's always more angles to play. You just have to know them, and with the amount of time I've played it, I know them. Teams have tried countering me in the past, and to some success, but not really a ton. So I don't really see it changing anytime soon. I think it'll just continue to be sort of how I operate and how I operate around enemy teams playing.
Were you surprised they picked attack first on Ascent? No, that
Yes.
they picked attack
Well,
first
we-
on Split. Sorry.
Oh yes, I thought they would have picked split defense first, but I mean I'm not arguing. We take those.
Yeah, I mean,
And like Ascent second pick is one of our preferred maps, I guess. I mean all those maps. Desert Haven is a good map for us. So
yeah, I mean, you guys looked very good. Do you think that there was, do you think that that was just an easier match than your first match against Neptune, or do you think it was more through different teamwork that you guys achieved this result?
I think Neptune was a bit more of a challenge, but also like we put in a lot of work the last 2 weeks. So like no matter what, it's a result of our hard work. So that's what I believe is the biggest factor.
Amazing. Well, Dave, do you have any other questions?
No, I think I'm set. I think that was pretty straightforward.
Okay.
It was a good game though.
Congrats on the result, Wildray, and wish you best of luck in your next match, which is to advance to playoffs.
Yep, we're gonna aim for playoffs. Hopefully we get there.
Good games.
Thank you.
And with that, day 2 has ended of the lower bracket run in the group stages for Battle in the Stars. We will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your night.
Thanks, guys.